morning, day 46. No spend on groceries. Soy milk is great for frothing. So this morning I'm going to have a little latte. But I have to have my creamer in there too. So first the creamer. And then the foam. Ooh. Yum. Simple latte. So let's go see what's for breakfast this morning. I should say brunch. Soy milk latte. I got this little device on Amazon. Wasn't very expensive, like $16. Probably the cost of 3 latte coffees at Starbucks or wherever you prefer your latte. But very easy to do and very tasty. Yum. So if you've been watching me for a while, you kind of know I'm a small appliance junkie. So I bought this at probably Mark's. Like, I've probably had this thing for 20 years. And it's a froth olay. It's froth and sauce. And the company is out of business. They don't even make these anymore. But I did look, and they do have still these on Amazon. There's different models, but they are like through the roof expensive. And I'm sure I didn't pay more than $15, $20 for this when I bought it. So anyway, I've been looking online for recipes. One of the reasons I've never used it, and one of the reasons I've never used it is because I didn't know how. It didn't have a decent recipe book. So anyway, I went online today and I had to do some digging, and I did find a book. It's 31 pages of froth and sauce, and this is like hitting the lottery. There's so many things you can make in here, it's unbelievable. Drinks, mayonnaises, gravies, sauces, anything from hollandaise to Alfredo to curry sauce. It's a really thick little booklet, but so I have the feeling that I'm going to be using this a lot. So I didn't realize it could do all those things. I actually wanted to make like a whipped cream with it, but this particular model that I have, it has a heat source at the bottom, but there's no way to turn that off. In some of the other models, it had a heat off and on thing. But even if I don't make whipped cream in here, I can make so many things. So, and that kind of goes with the frothing thing. If you're having a party or something like that, you can make a big pitcher of froth and make lattes. But anyway, I'm just so excited that I found this cookbook. So I'll be making some recipes with that at some time in the future as well. Brunch, day 46. Let's see what we have in the fridge. I have an idea what I'm going to make because I've been looking at my recipe book. Anyway, I already got out 2 eggs. I need some Dijon mustard, which is up here. I keep all my mustards here, my mayos over here, my salad dressings over here. So it is organized, even though there's a lot in there. And there's my Dijon mustard. All right, so I've got that. And I need some lemon. I don't know if I want to open these lemons though for that, because in the door I have lemon juice. So I think I'm just going to use that. And I need my bread. And actually, I need one more egg. I need 3 eggs. So I'm going to take this really big one. And then I'm almost out of eggs, only 1 egg. So if I want to eat eggs, I'm going to have to go to the store. But let's take a look at what I have left in the way of produce. So I'll meet you over at the stove. I have left. I have a little tiny piece of romaine lettuce, enough for 1 salad. I have 1 good-sized sweet onion and 2 avocados, and that is it. I ate through all my produce, didn't throw any of it away. So I'm thinking next week we're going to have a couple days where it's going to warm up, and I think I'm going to go do a small shop. But we'll see, because it's just going to be small, because I do want to use up some of my freezer veggies and fruits. All right, well, I'll be back with you in a minute, and I'm going to try and make a hollandaise sauce. Okay, one thing I forgot, I need butter for this recipe, and this particular recipe calls for liquid butter. So way back here, I have had this like forever. I have this Olivia butter spray, so I'm going to use that. And maybe I can get that used up. All right, back to the stove. Okay, now I've never tried this before, so I'm new to this, so if it doesn't turn out, then I won't be so excited anymore. Anyway, I have 2 egg yolks in here. And now I'm going to add, this is 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So that's all going in here, and I have a paddle in here for sauces. So in that goes. And now it says to turn on the unit, which is easy enough, I guess. It's got a run and a pour thing, so I guess you turn it. Okay, now this is going to heat up and run, and then it says after about 10 seconds, while the unit's still running, to lift the lid and slowly pour in the liquid or melted butter. And then when the unit shuts off, then to mix it with a spatula for about 30 seconds, and that's it. And it says you can serve it hot or cold, or store up to 3 days in the refrigerator. So let's give this a go. And I'll get my spatula ready. Let's do this. And it's very simple. Just push the start button. Okay, now I'm going to pour the butter in. It says to do it slowly, and I guess it cooks it as you're doing it. I'm not sure how long this is going to run. And it does splash out, so you have to have this little lid thing. Okay, I'm just going to let it run until it stops, and then we'll see what we have. I'll be back. Okay, so that ran about a minute, maybe a little more, and it is warm because this part has a hot plate. So I'm going to taste this now and see if it's any good. Now you can also make this apparently with regular butter, but the butter has to be cool, not hot. So let's give it a try. That's what it looks like. Oh, I'm supposed to be stirring this. I forgot. You have to stir it for 30 seconds. Because it keeps cooking because the plate is hot. So, do you guys like kitchen gadgets? Not so much? Or do you like them a lot? I've always loved kitchen gadgets. My grandmother was a kitchen gadget junkie too. So she always had a lot of the newest kitchen gadgets. So I guess I inherited that from her. So I guess that's about 30 seconds. And I imagine this will thicken up a little bit as it cools. So this is great. I mean, you can make gravy and everything in here, and you don't have to stand at the stove. And I don't know why I haven't used this in 15, 20 years. Well, because I didn't have the directions, that's why. But that's like what I was saying the other day about becoming computer literate. As you get older, if you have things that you need to look up, then you can learn a lot. You know, you can keep up with what's going on. So that's the part I like about being computer literate. And sometimes I see in the ARP magazine they advertise computers for older people that aren't real computer literate. It's supposed to be easier. I don't know. I don't have one. I don't feel like I need that yet, but you know, if you're intimidated by that. All right, well, I'm going to give this just a little taste and see if I like it. I mean, you can always change the spices if you don't. So let me try this. It's very good. I think next time I would put a little less lemon juice in there. It's a little on the tart side. And you definitely don't need salt. I would almost think that making this with unsalted butter or margarine, you could add your own salt, however much or little you want. So, but it's good. All right, so I'm going to make a poached egg in my egg cooker, which I've never made a poached egg in there. I've made plenty of hard-boiled eggs, but I have not made a poached egg. So that's the next thing I'm going to make. And then I have this avocado that I'm going to use. Tom and I went out to breakfast one morning, and they had the poached egg with the hollandaise and avocado instead of meat, and it was really good. So I'm going to try and recreate that. I don't have an English muffin, but I do have my baked bread that I'm going to toast and use. All right, let me get my egg cooker ready and I'll be back. All right, this is my cooker, and I kind of buttered the little container here a little bit. I have 2½ tablespoons of water in here per the directions, and now I'm going to put my egg in there and hopefully I won't break it. Give this a try. Now, this is a fairly large egg. Okay, that worked. All right, let's get the egg yolk in the middle if I can. All right, I don't want to poke too much, I don't want to break it. Alright, now I'm just going to put the lid on, turn it on, and let it cook. And in the meantime, I'm going to prepare my avocado and toast a slice of bread. So I'll be back when I get it all put together, and I'll show you my egg. Okay, the egg is done. Be very careful if you have an egg cooker. Steam is very hot. Oh, looks like a poached egg. So my toast isn't ready yet. That's what the egg looks like. So hopefully it's done. I don't know. I've never made a poached egg, believe it or not. So this is the amount of hollandaise sauce it made. I'm going to put this in the fridge once I use it. I have to get my toast. I'll be right back. Alright, this is my toast with a few slices of avocado on there. And now I'm going to get my egg. And I hope it's cooked enough. I don't like not cooked eggs, but if it's not, it's operator error, and I will just cook it longer next time. It's not looking like it's cooked enough to me. But we'll give it a try. Nope, definitely not cooked enough. I'm going to stick this back in. So I'm waiting for my egg to cook. And I think I would do it on the medium setting next time, because that was like almost raw. And I like the white cooked, so yeah, sometimes you have to try different things and, you know, to get it right, and then after that it's easier. So anyway, I'm not going to be making dinner tonight because Tom is taking me out on a date night. So we won't have a dinner, and if I had a dinner, it would probably be my leftover stew, because I still have enough for 2 meals of that. And I did freeze part of it, and I think I may freeze another part of it. But excuse me, that was the gumbo that I made, and it was really good, and it's very filling, so that's why it's taking me a while to eat it down. So yeah, I'm excited about this frother that I've had in the cupboard. So I went shopping in my cupboard today, and I mean, I knew I had it, but I thought, what could I make different for breakfast today? So it's Saturday. Yeah, so that's what I came up with. I just want to have some eggs with hollandaise sauce. So, coffee time. The sun is actually shining today, but it's very cold. So, well, there goes my egg cooker again. Let's give this another go. Okay, well, that looks much better. So next time I'll have to put it on the medium setting. But feels like the yolk is still soft, and looks like most of the white is cooked. I would probably even like it just a little longer, but that's good for now. I have to play around with the egg poacher a little longer, or a little more, but it makes fantastic hard-boiled eggs. So I'm just going to pour some of this hollandaise sauce over the top, and that looks yummy. All right, my friends, well, I'll cut into it and see what we've developed here. Hold on, I'll get a fork. my second cup of soy latte. I don't know if you can see that because the cup is white, but so yummy. And of course my chocolate creamer's in there too. But soy milk is really good for frothing, I've discovered. So anyway, I just wanted to have a little chat about this and that, nothing in particular. So I'm trying to learn more about editing my videos. One of my subscribers recommended KineMaster for the phone, and then I have a different editor that I did yesterday or today's video on that worked pretty well. It uploaded much quicker than my Windows 10 editor because that was really frustrating me. But we'll see. So if some of my videos are a little wanky or, you know, not quite right, that's why I'm playing around with different things. So one of my viewers was asking me about the different kinds of tofu. And even though I'm not an expert on tofu by any means, but from what I've discovered over using tofu is there's different kinds. There's a silken tofu and there's a regular tofu. But even within those two realms, there's different kinds of tofu. So with the silken tofu, there's just regular silken tofu, which is very soft. It almost has an egg white, cooked egg white consistency, very soft. And that's used mainly for making things like, oh, you can make mayonnaise out of it, or homemade soy yogurt, different desserts. Then they also have firm and extra firm in the silken tofu. Now, I had never used that before, but I had 2 packages in the refrigerator. I still have one. And the one I used for making my soy yogurt. And what I've noticed about that, I think just the regular silken tofu would be better for that. And that's what I'm going to try next time, but I didn't have any, so I used what I had. And it turned out good. But it has a tiny bit of a little grainy texture. It's not as silky smooth as I would like. But I'm going to try it again. I mean, the taste is really good. So, so that's the silken tofu. And there's a lot of recipes online where you can find different things to make with silken tofu. And I believe it's All Recipes has a little thing that you can use, and you can type in your ingredients and it'll suggest recipes. So that would be a good place to look to see where you can find it. Now with the regular tofu, some of that comes packed in water and some of it comes packed in like one of those sealed packages with no water. And there's different kinds of that too. There's regular tofu, there's firm tofu, there's extra firm, there's super firm, and the more firm you get, the less water they contain. Now those are great for making like vegan meats and things like that, like tofurkey and those sorts of things. So you kind of have to play around with it, and that's one of the things that I love about creating different recipes and playing around with recipes. It's a creative outlet for me because I have to create something, whether I have to create my garden or I have to create my house or I have to create food. I'm always wanting to create something. So for me, cooking is very creative, rather than just following a recipe. I'll go, oh, I wonder what would happen if I added this, or if I left this out, or so that's what I do. But anyway, those are the differences in the tofu. And you can get a tofu press, which, the stuff packed in water, it'll press out the water. But you can also do that by wrapping it with a tea towel or with paper towels and putting something heavy on top, like a board, maybe with a cast iron skillet or something. You don't have to have a tofu press. But, and then of course the drier it is, the more it can crisp up when you cook it. And you can also, if you want a crispy tofu, when you cut it up, you can put it in cornstarch before you fry it. So anyway, there's so much. Tofu is such a versatile product, and it's fairly cheap, that you can recreate all kinds of flavors in it. I've made tofu bacon before, and it was really good. I put it in my seitan. I make a, 86 Eats, I believe. She has a YouTube channel and a website, a blog, and she makes a fantastic vegan tofurkey turkey kind of loaf, and it's really, really good. So anything you flavor it with, that's what it's going to absorb. Another channel that you can watch is Sauce Dash. He uses a lot of tofu for his alchemy. He's another one that does a lot of creating of things. He's really interesting to watch. Chef Jana, she's a vegan chef that also is great. Or Connie's Rawsome Kitchen. They all use a lot of tofu, and you can get different ideas from those channels. You can, Mary's Test Kitchen is another really good YouTuber who uses tofu a lot. And you can even make your own tofu with soy milk and lemon juice, and then you let it curdle, and then you put it in a container where it can drain. I haven't actually done that myself, but I may try to make some silken tofu the next time before I make my, my yogurt. Now I know this probably isn't real interesting to the meat eater people, and I love you all, meat eaters, vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, whatever your diet is. I'm okay with it. But you might want to check into it a little bit if you're trying to cut back on using meat. And meat is just gone through the roof with, in as far as how expensive it is. So maybe consider, once a week or twice a week having just a vegetarian or a vegan meal. Veganism has sometimes a bad stigma. It is a lifestyle. I mean, they don't take anything from an animal, whether it's leather shoes or purses or jackets or anything food-like, nothing from an animal. And I'm on board with a lot of that. But a lot of vegans are pretty judgmental too. It's my way or the highway, which I think that puts some people off. People that don't understand that lifestyle, and they run off screaming into the night, or they think you're weird, or, which isn't the case at all. I mean, I don't find that at all to be true, but a lot of people that aren't into that, they see veganism as that sort of platform. So I'm not a vegan. Most of what I cook is vegan. Now when I buy something, like a moto jacket or anything like that. I prefer not to buy real leather. I've bought real leather in the past. I still have a lot of my leather shoes, a lot of my leather coats, you know, and the deed is already done. So, you know, throwing it out the door isn't going to reverse any of the things that happened to get that product. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about tofu since someone asked me about it. And I've been vegetarian now. I was pescatarian first, and I did eat fish. I don't eat fish anymore, but I was pescatarian for maybe 3 or 4 years, and then I stopped eating fish, and now I'm totally vegetarian. And vegetarians do eat eggs and dairy and, you know, things like that. Now, I try not to eat too much dairy because from what I've read, it just isn't that good for you. So I use a lot of the plant-based cheeses and milks, and a lot of people are allergic to dairy. They have a hard time digesting it. So if you have a hard time digesting things, you may want to get allergy tested and see what actually your body can tolerate and what it can't tolerate. Now, with the vegan and I'm just going to call it non-dairy cheeses. With the non-dairy cheeses, because it's a specialty item, it's very expensive. You know, it's like the gluten-free thing. It's very expensive compared to just food that most of the population eats. So you kind of get screwed over, you know, if you have this diet or that diet. And that's why I advocate mostly making your own things. Now, I know I have tons of vegan things in my freezer, and they're things that I bought over time. I wanted to try this, I wanted to try that. Some of it I liked, some of it I didn't like so much, but I want to use all that up, and then I'm just mostly going to go to making my own, because there's recipes for everything out there. For making fish-like meals that aren't fish, for making beef-like meals. You know, you can add different flavors and spices and obtain an umami flavor, and that's what meat is, umami. It's got that, mushrooms are umami. So they all have that flavor that you get from meat. So, but you know, a lot of people, I mean, many people in the world are vegetarian and eat a vegetarian diet, and nobody thinks that's weird. But if you live in this country and you don't eat meat, people kind of think you're a little odd, which is okay, you know. It doesn't matter to me if that's what you think. That's fine. But I mean, I have some people that are close to me, not naming any names, that as soon as you say it's a vegetarian meat, or it's like ooh, they don't even want to try it, and that's silly. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. But if you do consider going vegan, I would suggest that maybe you monitor your vitamin B levels and potentially take a supplement, but talk to your doctor about that, because it is hard to get vitamin B from an all-vegetarian diet. Now, nutritional yeast is something that gives like a cheesy flavor. A lot of people really like it. Some people don't like the taste of it. I like it. I think it's really good. You can even put it on your popcorn to give it a cheesy flavor. But that has vitamin B in it. So there's lots of ways you can get vitamin B, but you know, and a lot of people, you know, they think, well, how do you get your protein? You know, so tofu is a very good place to get tofu. You can get protein from dark leafy greens, kale and spinach, and you know, if you look it up online, here again, you know, look things up unless you go to the library, but you can find a whole list of vegetables that are high in protein. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about plant-based diet, and don't be afraid of it, because you know, with the right combination, beans have a lot of protein, lentils, peas, all those things. You don't have to worry about getting enough protein. The human body does not need that much protein. I know it's pushed a lot, but if you look it up, and I can't tell you off the top of my head what the requirements are for males and females, but if you look it up, it'll tell you how many grams of protein you actually need. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be back with more chat or if I'll do an outfit of the day. I don't know yet. So, but for now, I'm going to drink my coffee and say cheers, and I will be back, but I don't know in which format. So I went online on Amazon. Since the Frotho-Lay, they said that it's discontinued. They don't make them anymore. But I thought I'd just go on there and take a look and see. Sometimes you can buy used things on Amazon. Well, I almost fell off my chair. They have one on there for $262. Oh my God. What a find that was. Like I said, I've had this thing for at least 15 years and I've never used it. So technically it's brand new. And since I got the recipe book now, it's like, oh, this thing is great. So hopefully it doesn't break, because anyway, yeah, that was a shocker. And they did have a used one on there for $81. So, but like I said, mine didn't come with a recipe book, so I really had no idea how to use it. And now that I do, I'm going to be using it way more often. So anyway, I think I'm going to go do an outfit of the day. I don't know yet what I'm going to wear. It's easier to do an outfit of the day if it's not cold outside, but it is. So it's going to be a warm outfit of the day today. All right, my friends, I'll be back in a little bit with what I come up with. All right, I'm here in my bathroom. I'm getting ready for date night. I sure don't look like I'm ready for date night, but I just wanted to show you how I refresh my hair. Now, my hair is naturally wavy, and the more I sleep on it, the flatter it gets, but it's actually quite curly after I wash it. So I just want to refresh it. I don't wash my hair every day. I wash it maybe a couple times, sometimes 3 times a week, depending. If I'm just schlepping around here at home, then I just do the natural, the au naturel look. So anyway, I have here just some water and some of this Beyond the Zone beach waves. Now I get that in, I think I got this at Sally's. So anyway, I just want to show you how I refresh my hair. So first I'm just going to spritz it with the water. And I don't want to wash my hair again. It's cold and I'd have to dry it all. And I don't like to dry my hair with a hair dryer. too often because it dries my hair out, and my hair is relatively healthy. And I was looking at some of my videos and some of my pictures from when I was blonde. And to be honest with you, I actually like the blonde way more than the dark. But I don't like the process of coloring it anymore. So I'm going to let it go for now. I may put some highlights in my hair, but you know, I'm getting natural gray streaks here and there. So I'm going to let it go a little longer and see. So now I'm going to do the beach head. And just kind of freshen it up. And then as you can see, the curl starts coming back in. Now this isn't soaking wet, it's just damp. And I'm just going to put my head over and flip it over and do the bottom. I actually have a very odd curl pattern to my hair. The front of it is relatively straight, and the further down the back I go with my head, the curlier it gets to be. Now if I was in a hurry, I would use a diffuser on this, but I still have a couple of hours before I have to go out. So as you can see, I've still got quite a bit of curl in my hair and lift. So I'm just going to fluff it up a little bit. And then I have some just hairspray. It's a hard hold hairspray. So I'm going to use that. And then get a little lift to my bang. And that's it. That'll be my hairdo for tonight. Easy peasy. Now if I had washed my hair, I would just let it air dry. I would just put on the hairspray around my face. I wouldn't do the beach waves. I'd just do the hairspray and then let it air dry and fluff it up. Now I've seen YouTube videos on the curly girl look and all that, and all the stuff that some people have to put on their hair to get the curly girl look. I tried that once and it was like, oh no, this is just too much work. So this is what I came up with. And if you're older too and you don't wash your hair every day, when I was younger I washed my hair every single day. I had very thick hair and very long hair, so, but I don't have time for that anymore. And my hair doesn't have as much oil in it anymore as it used to have. So anyway, that's what I did, and I will come up with my outfit for this evening. All right, so it's Saturday, it's date night, and I just wanted to share the outfit that I picked to go out. So first of all, I picked these earrings. Very simple. They have the golden red. And then I chose these necklaces. The reason I chose these simple earrings was because this top is embellished and I have a couple of necklaces too. So, and then I have this scarf. So let me show you the outfit. And yes, I have red pants on. So this is the outfit that I chose with the scarf, a small black bag, so there we go. And then if I don't want to wear the scarf, if it gets too warm, I have this vest that I've had for a long time. This embroidered vest. So I'll show you the details of the vest. Alright, so this is my date night outfit. I still have to put on some makeup because I do put on makeup to go out for date night. So this is my outfit of the day. What do you think? Would you wear red pants or not? Alright. That's all I'm going to show you for today because I have to go get ready for my date. Alright, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.